Perplexity.ai is an AI-powered research assistant. So unlike ChatGPT for reference, ChatGPT being a chat-based AI tool, Perplexity is a search-based tool. Now, it does use ChatGPT for generating summaries to a prompt. So for Perplexity, no accounts are required, but a free account will allow you to keep track of your searches and results. Now, the free version is powered by GPT-3. The paid version mentions that it's kind of a blend of Claude 2 and GPT-4 for a more powerful AI research assistant. So what do these generative tools have to do with a search-based tool? So as I mentioned, whenever we give Perplexity a prompt or a query, it will scan all of the sources that it finds and generate a summary of those sources with footnotes to help sort of explain its findings from the internet. So at the time of recording, the pro version of Perplexity is $20 a month, which gives you more Copilot uses, which means just a more comprehensive answer powered by, say, Claude 2 and GPT-4. Unlimited file uploads to help use as reference materials when Perplexity is doing a search, and then API access. So our demo prompt for trying out Perplexity is going to be a topic that I'm a big fan of, which is multimedia for teaching and learning. I'm always fascinated by some of the theories behind how multimedia can support learning. And so let's dive into Perplexity. So this is Perplexity's homepage. We're not logged in. This is the totally free, no account version. One thing before I type in our prompt is I want to highlight that while Perplexity opens up on all browsers, it doesn't work well with everything. I personally experience a lot of issues using Perplexity with Google Chrome, and whenever I switched over to Firefox, it started working way faster. So if you experience issues with Perplexity, try a different browser and see if that fixes some of the slowness or just the responsiveness of the tool. So let's ask away. What are the benefits of multimedia for teaching and learning? Oops. And before we click this go button, I do want to highlight this focus button. So if we click focus, we can change where Perplexity looks. By default, it searches the whole internet, but we can have it only focus on academic responses. We could tell it to ignore the internet and just use GPT-3 for the free version or Claude and GPT-4 to just generate a response to a question. For anybody that's familiar, I personally am not, but whatever Wolfram Alpha is for computational knowledge engines, it can put a focus towards that, as well as YouTube and Reddit. So let's stick with the whole internet and see what Perplexity can find us. So pretty quick on the sources, let's let it finish generating a response. As a reminder, this answer is generated using GPT-3. So what's going on is it has found sources for us and then used GPT-3 to summarize this, to find similarities and summarize these articles or these sources. And then it's given us 5 bullet points with footnotes that tie to these sources. So from here, if we're happy with the response, we can go ahead and start opening some of these sources. So one that has popped up quite a few times when I have used Perplexity to demo before this video is Boston University's CTL page on multimedia and flipping the classroom. Keeps popping up. And this is just a good CTL website that anybody could read on just the benefits of, it looks like just the benefits for video for flipping the classroom. So instructor benefits, student benefits, and then some tie-in for specifically for Boston University. And if you're interested in multimedia here at West Georgia, you can reach out to the IFE and we'll get you started with, say, UWG for video, or at least for video creation and sharing with your students. So some of the other responses, it looks like it gave us National Institute of Health and some tech websites and blogs. So if we open this one, it looks like we have a article or blog post about the 5 benefits of multimedia. And so one thing that's interesting is it doesn't think of teaching and learning as just a face-to-face activity or face-to-face interaction, unlike, say, ChatGPT, that when we reference teaching and learning without being specific, the sources are just the sources. So it's finding us the top hits on the internet related to what we're asking Perplexity about. And so we can also do follow-up questions if we want to refine our responses. It also gives us some related examples. So for instance, if we wanted to dig in on just engagement, we could click this and it will just fire off another prompt, give us some new sources, and maybe a little bit more refined answer, just focusing in on engagement in the classroom. And so there are no limits that I could find for Perplexity as far as how many questions you can ask it. It is a pretty cool tool, something that instructors and students can both use to help with doing research. But for those of us that might be doing, say, a meta-analysis, Perplexity could be a really cool starting point, especially if we took advantage of the focus feature and only looked at academic articles. So that is Perplexity as a search-based AI tool.